China's push for closer relations with Latin American nations is bringing another country into the fold. Peruvian President Humala received a warm welcome in Beijing from his Chinese counterpart, Xi Jinping. As Dan Collyns reports, the two countries have now signed cooperation deals worth $15 billion.
The welcome given to Peru's leader was a sign of how the relationship between the two nations has grown, with an emphasis on foreign cooperation and technical assistance. President Humala signed 11 deals with his Chinese counterpart, Xi Jinping, covering everything from forest management to more Chinese scholarships for Peruvian students. A sign perhaps that China wants to deepen the bilateral relationship beyond its enormous appetite for Peru's minerals, perhaps shifting its role to one more usually occupied by the United States.
You see a series of other donors coming from Canada, coming from Australia, and different European countries, supporting research and development in this country because they also have corporate interests in this country, and I think the Chinese are getting on board with that.
Meeting the Chinese Premier Li Keqiang on Monday, President Humala said he hoped Peru could be a bridge of understanding between Latin America and China. Perhaps more than understanding, Peru's Pacific-facing ports will be a bridge for trade between the region and the world's #2 economy.
There are very few people who really understand China, speak the language, understand the culture, and that needs to change. I mean, given the importance of China on the world scene, we certainly need to increase that understanding. And I think that's something that the Chinese realize, and that's one of the reasons why they're expanding.
China's portfolio of investments goes far beyond Peru. But for the Andean nation, the Asian giant is key to its booming economy. Few Latin American nations could have expected such a warm reception on visiting China, a sign of the strength of bilateral relations between these two nations. And Peru played a clever game in tying in China's involvement in key areas of its development. But make no mistake, this is still a relationship based on trade and not aid. Dan Collyns, CCTV, Lima.